Whether you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home,
Trish Sells ATL can help.
with the current Atlanta real estate market, buyer and seller opportunities are better than ever.
Thank y'all so much, but I'll take it from here. Sellers, this is your market. It's time for you to get off of that fence and put your home on the market and get it sold to my buyers who are waiting for you to list your home. I'd love to earn your business, so please give Trish a call at Keller Williams Realty Buckhead, 404-604-3800,
or text or call 404-819-4495.
Please also visit my website at TrishSellsATL.com. Let's talk about how I can assist you with achieving your real estate goals and making your dreams a reality.
List your house with our mommy at TrishSellsATL.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter? What does it do on this wonderful Wednesday? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. You already know, before we get started, I need you to tag, I need you to like, I need you to share. Everybody who may need some real estate advice, they have real estate questions, y'all thinking about buying a house next year, listen, I need you to go get somebody, tag somebody. If they're your coworker at work, tap them on the shoulder, let them know that Trish Sells ATL is online. She is live with her real estate update. We have a special guest today as well. I have one of my preferred lenders who will be coming on. So y'all, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to tag, like, and share really quickly. Drop us something in the comments. Say hello. I want to see how you guys are doing, how you been. I was not on last week because last Wednesday was my birthday. So yay, I did celebrate my birthday. However, we did also have our podcast that I did with We Them Brothers. And so guess what? Anthony Rogerson is our special guest, and he is going to be live today. So if y'all have questions about mortgages, about, hey, I need some money, different programs, y'all go and grab somebody right now. Right now. Go and grab them. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start our real estate update so that we can get to the meat of today's live, y'all. So let me share my screen because I know last week I was not on live. I had a preempted. You remember when you used to be watching TV during the week and something came on, they said it was preempted. Well, that's what your girl did. She had to go ahead and make sure y'all got an opportunity to check out that podcast, though, because it was full of information. So let's get started. Y'all know we always start off with our stats. Real estate last week. It is quite comical to me when I hear people say, oh, the market is collapsing, because we look at numbers every week, y'all. That's one thing your girl gonna do. She's a stat, she's a numbers person. And so we had 190 new listings. Inventory is not there. I can't hear y'all. Inventory is here, y'all. And so we had 190 new listings. We had 328 people go under contract, y'all. And we had 129 closings. We take this information from the Georgia MLS system. It was taken on Monday. And so we look at our numbers from the previous Monday to the current Monday. And this is what we had. This has been such, I can hear you, Anthony. I can see you. This has been such, an increase. And when we were looking at prices and inventory and all that stuff in the previous months, y'all. So buyers, I told y'all in second quarter that the best time to purchase a home is going to be likely fourth quarter 2023. 2022. A lot of people were getting beat out by the multiple offers. Now we are not really seeing multiple offers anymore, y'all. So fourth quarter 2022, first quarter 2023, y'all, that is the best time, y'all. Come on, the interest rates They are what they are. However, that's why we're going to talk to one of our preferred lenders today who has some options on, these loans and interest rates, and all of that stuff. So now is the time. And with that being said, sellers, if, buyers are buying, that means that it's always a great time to sell your home. Awesome sauce. So this was in our report last week, so I wanted to share. Congrats to our buyer who is under contract. Brianna got her under contract out in Forest Park. This is a brand new property, you guys. So we're seeing new construction in Forest Park, you guys. So let that sizzle in your spirit. I actually just left the church from an inspection. And so this is one of my buyers. This is a commercial transaction. Had inspection today. Everything looked phenomenal. But congrats to them for also being under contract. My investor has found a gem, you guys, like not too far from Madison Yards. If you guys are not familiar where that is, that's in East Atlanta. That place is also seeing phenomenal growth, y'all. And so this right here, such a gem. We had another, like a sewer inspection yesterday. So all went well. All is going well. So we are happy to be under contract. We have a few listings that are for sale. Now, this one right here on 250 a mall, y'all, it's being negotiated. I am thinking it's going to go under contract today. Okay, so just listed. It's getting ready to go. Phenomenal property. I've sold quite a few units in this community. And so this one right here, the location is key. It's right in between the airport and downtown, right by Phillips Amphitheater. So great location, great investment as well. I have, investors who they still have property in this area, as it is a community that, you can rent out the unit. So we also still have 2410 Shamrock Drive. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, full 4-side brick home in Decatur, y'all. It's such a cute property. She has done some upgrades to the kitchen and the owner's suite bath. And so check it out. Phenomenal investment opportunity. And even for a first-time home buyer, we should not have any FHA issues or VA issues if you are interested in this home. Super cute, has a big front yard and backyard, y'all. So it's on a really, really nice lot. These are just some of the pictures. Has a front patio and a back patio. So really super cute house. This house right here, it is coming soon. It's taking it a little while. We're going through probate. And so, whenever you have these type of circumstances, it takes a little time. But I wanted to put it on your radar because it's in Decatur as well. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It is in pristine condition. It has a loft in the house as well. It's beautiful. And so it will likely be in the low 300,000s. And it was built in 1995, but it is in great condition, guys. It's in great condition. And even though, I'm a fan of home ownership, you guys, I do work with investors. And so I do landlord representation. And so I have a couple of properties actually 3 that are for rent. And so this one is South Fulton, 464 Inkberry. I probably get the most calls and emails about this property. And so we have had applicants, and so we haven't found the right tenant yet, but I wanted to let you guys know it's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,400 square feet, $1,600 a month. It is available now. Let me know if you want to schedule a viewing, and I can get that information over to you. I also have another property off of Eagles Landing that is for rent. Now, this is a 3-story home, you guys. So it has the top level, the main level, and it has a basement. The basement has a bedroom and a bathroom. The main level has a bedroom and a bathroom. And then we have the owner's suite and all the secondary rooms upstairs. So it is an enormous house, you guys. And so the rent price is $3,600 per month. We actually just dropped the price. It was $38,000. We're at $3,600 per month. So if you know somebody or somebody knows somebody and they are, interested in this home, please let me know. For all of our rental applicants, you must make 3 times the monthly rent amount. 3 times the monthly rent amount, you guys. And we do pull a full credit and background check. So let me know if you have Fur Friends, Inkberry. The owner does not allow pets for Glenmore, 116 Glenmore off of near Eagles Landing. She does allow like a small, like a dog or one pet. So, we love our fur friends. I'm a fur mama myself, so I get it. But it is an enormous house, you guys. So $3,600 per month. And then I have permission, because this one is not listed. However, I have permission from the owner to show this condo. Y'all, this condo, like, the view is amazing. It is right in the heart of the city, across from Centennial Park. It is available. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo. It is the largest 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo in the unit. It is renting for $2,000 per month, but that does include your gas and your water bill, you guys. So the only thing you have to worry about is electric and cable. It also has a deeded parking spot in the garage. And the garage is secure and gated. So if you know somebody who wants to live in the city, 1-bedroom, 1-bath, this property is available as well. You guys know how to contact me. Call or text me 404-819-4495. Or you can send us an email to info@TrishSellsATL.com, info@TrishSellsATL.com. Here are a few pictures. And guess what, y'all? You do not have to go, get a laundry service or anything like that, because also in the unit, it has a washer and dryer, you guys. So hallelujah today. You don't have to go anywhere to get your laundry done. You have a washing machine and dryer in a room with extra storage that is in the unit. So it is phenomenal. And so, as I told you guys last Wednesday, it was my birthday. Can y'all believe I turned 40? I can hardly believe it, y'all. But anywho, last Wednesday was my 40th birthday. That's why I was not on. And I just wanted to take the time to say thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. Thank you for the well wishes, all of those great things. As I continue to just, walk into this 40 ship. Everybody's like, welcome to the 40 Club. And I'm like, whoo, what does this mean? What does the 40 Club mean? Y'all put something in the comments to let me know what the 40 Club means, y'all. So just wanted to thank you guys. I had a really nice birthday. I had an opportunity to get away and go to my favorite place, which is the beach. I'm such a beach bum. I love, love, love the ocean. So got an opportunity to get away. It was needed. It was needed, y'all, because real estate be real estating. As soon as I got back, real estate was real estating, y'all. So just want to let you know that. And breaking news, I was trying to hit y'all up with what's going on in the real estate world. And so, as I said before, bidding wars for Atlanta homes continue to decline as more contracts are falling through. Aren't y'all so glad that we got somebody on here who know mortgages like the back of their hand, so we can figure this thing out? Bidding wars, I can say they have declined. It is very rare, and it is not something that I see right now, that when I put in a contract, I'm competing with somebody else. So we're grateful for that. So while the contracts are falling through, is a horse of a different color, but we're going to talk about it today so that we can get an understanding of how we can approach it, especially if you are interested in purchasing a home, how we need to approach this going forward. And so this article just talks about, the rise and fall. They talk about the mortgage rates are suppressing buyer demands, which isn't true. You have a lot of people out here who they want to purchase a home, but knowing and having the right, just like you have to have the right realtor, you have to have the right mortgage professional that understands, your financial footprint, so that they can make sure that they're getting you the best deal. And so even though, that has discouraged some people, I'm telling y'all, I come to y'all real, I tell you the truth, letting you all know, if you are wanting to purchase a home, please do not give up the fight, okay? Give us a call, 404-819-4495, or shoot me a text right now because I'm on the live. Or email us, info@TrishSellsATL.com, so that we can assist you, okay? So I have some commercial news as well, y'all. So y'all know downtown is transforming. So 2 Peachtree Street is about to be transformed into affordable housing, you guys. Now, 2 Peachtree Street is not too far from 5 Points. And, with the increase of the Georgia State students and people wanting to be in the city of Atlanta has taken ownership of 2 Peachtree, and they are going to create affordable housing. And, my heart of hearts, when I see the word affordable, I'm just like, on who scale? Because, there are different affordability scales, y'all. So, affordable housing is coming to downtown. The Economic Development Arm Invest Atlanta has approved $39 million to acquire this home by the Georgia Building Authority, according to Mayor Andre Dickens. Shout out to Mayor Dickens. So we will see what this mixed income, mixed use site, what happens when it comes to affordability. So just wanted to throw that in the atmosphere. It's very, very close to the MARTA station, so it's right by the Benz, it's right by Aaron. It used to be Phillips Arena, y'all. Y'all know when they changed these names, it mixed me up because I'm from Atlanta. So it used to be the Omni when I was growing up. But it's right in walking distance to all of these things, y'all. So right in walking distance to the Centennial Olympic Park, Georgia Aquarium, Koch Center. So it is a great opportunity for, someone to purchase and to have housing in this area. So we will see what happens with this, because they say it's a lack of housing. So we're grateful that, somebody will have somewhere to live. And we hope that affordability is based on, regular folks' income. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, why down payments are headed south? Until recently, the amount of money home buyers produced as a down payment significantly increased. I don't want to say it's the payment that increased, but sellers were not contributing to closing costs, y'all. And so there's more money that buyers had to bring to the table. So now sellers, they are paying closing costs. They're giving, different concessions. They're giving home warranties because they're trying to get the property sold. So buyers are not having to bring as much money, but that has to be negotiated in your contract. And that's why having the right realtor is very important. Even if you don't use me, because I may not be everybody's flavor of cup of tea. However, your realtor should be negotiating these closing costs into your contract. So that's just my little 2 cents for the day. I can't tell nobody how to do their job, but it would be advantageous to you if you had a few more coins in the closing costs section of your contract, because that's going to reduce the amount of money that you have to bring to closing. And appraisal bias, we have seen this. I know y'all have seen videos of people, on the internet saying that, appraisal bias is occurring. They're occurring in certain economic communities within certain cultures. And so studies, videos, secret videos have been completed. All this stuff can impact your home value. So when you have an appraisal done, and I have seen many appraisals, you guys, one of the things that you have to make sure is that the report is factually correct. You can request to have this information reviewed by the bank. Review the appraiser comments. Examine the comps, because if the comps aren't adding up, if the comps ain't comping, then Houston, Atlanta, we got a problem. So that's why you want to make sure that you examine this report, because it does impact the home values. And I will say, for the first time this year, I received an appraisal report that was lower than my contract price. I received an appraisal report that is lower than my contract price. So it is happening, and not saying that it was anything biased, but the market is shifting. So that was expected. But in some areas, there have been reports of bias when it comes to appraisals based on the area and the ethnicity that may be in that area. It's been on the internet for years. Hey, let's talk about it. But when you receive an appraisal for your property, make sure that you are looking at these things so that you know what to do if you need to do anything. So Trish told you, And I just included some wacky real estate facts, y'all. You know, I always try to do something fun. And so one of the most interesting facts, y'all, besides that you can stay in a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean, which we are thankful, that's something that I would probably do because I love the ocean. McDonald's was not built on burgers. Y'all, it was built on real estate. I said, what look here. It was built on real estate. McDonald's was considered more of a real estate company than a fast food business. Why is that? It is because that it retains ownership of the land for each location that it occupies, and it charges the franchise's owners monthly rent along with the standard royalties and franchise fees. So look at that, y'all. McDonald's is really, you know, they're really a low-key real estate company, y'all. Ain't that something? So that was such a wacky fact for me. And then the housewarming fact, because so now people have housewarmings when they are like moving into the house. It's like, oh, I'm having a housewarming, you know, bring me a gift, but there's a history behind the housewarming, y'all, and we doing it backwards. So listen, before FHA mortgages and low down payments were introduced, homeowners often paid between 15 and 20% for a 5 to 10 year loan that would end up with a hefty balloon payment. That made paying off a mortgage a huge deal. Can y'all imagine, like, your balloon payment is like, okay, in order to finish this house, you got to give us $30,000, $40,000. Well, that was a huge deal with that huge balloon payment. And so that occasion when you paid it off would be celebrated with the new homeowner's mortgage documents being burned. And so that was the housewarming party. When you no longer had the mortgage, and here we are having a housewarming, and we just got the mortgage. So that was so interesting to me, y'all. I said, Lord, we just doing it backwards. But, you know, that's such a wacky real estate fact that I wanted to share with you guys. And so moving on so we can get to the good stuff. Yes, find your perfect home. We talked about Freddie Mac and all that good stuff. This was the pictures from my podcast. I didn't get a chance to get online and show this to you guys, but so grateful, so thankful for Jimmy Hicks and Anthony Rogerson, who is joining us today from Homestar. We had such a great conversation. And I did share the podcast. So head over to my YouTube channel if you didn't see it after you watch this live. So you can check out and you can, you know, hear our very candid conversation just on real estate, mortgages, and where the market is going, you guys. So had an awesome time, had a blast. Sellers, listen, now's the time to sell because we got buyers buying, okay? So don't be scared. Just know that that other market that your homeboys and homegirls told y'all about is gone. I'm sorry. It's no longer there. And so you are going to have to negotiate, okay? So, you know, Trish gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna steer you wrong, but you're gonna have to negotiate. You're gonna have to maybe do a home warranty. You may have to get some things fixed. And most of all, you may have to give the buyer a little cash in closing costs, okay? It's going to be okay. I promise you. You know, you'll still make a profit if you're rolling with me, okay? So just want to throw that out there. All you have to do is text me, call me, 404-819-4495. Shoot us an email, info@Trish Sells ATL, and we will be sure to get right to you. And home seller tips, because, you know, some owners want to do for sale by owner. I get it. Let's talk about, because a lot of times the issue is commission. So let's talk about it. 404-819-4495. I won't want you out there trying to sell your house and not armed with a realtor that's going to represent you to make sure that you get the best deal possible, okay? Email us, info@TrishSellsATL.com. I get on here every week, and my home resale value tips are: make sure the outside has a curb appeal. You want people to want to get out their car and go into the home. Sometimes, number 2, a fresh coat of paint does a whole house justice, you guys, and decluttering. It does a house justice, okay? And then number 3, cleanliness, y'all. cleanliness, and we won't even elaborate or expand on that because I have before, so we will not elaborate and expand on that. And so moving on, I got a billboard off of Peachtree Street, you guys. So this is just a picture of it that I shared with everybody. If you want to go by, take a picture. It'll be there until the 31st. But that was my birthday gift to myself. It's always real estate. And so my buyer process, if you are interested in purchasing a home, give us a call. Text me 404-819-4495. Email us info@TrishSellsATL.com. We have a consultation with you. We try to assess your needs to see what we need to do, put our heads together so you can have make an informed real estate decision. Should it be that you need a lender, we get you connected with one of our preferred lenders. Once we have the okay that it's time to go shopping, then guess what? We schedule your buyer onboarding so that your responsibilities to us and ours to you. It's time to go home shopping. And so that's the Cliff Notes version of the buyer's process, but we'll be more than happy to assist you. We love our buyers, walking them through this process. It is what it is, but I can attest and tell you that right now our buyers have been more than happy because, like I said, there are not a lot of multiple offers. They're not losing, out on deals and all of that good stuff. So now that we have kind of ran through the stuff that we talk about every week, we talk about ribbon every week, we talk about our lease purchase programs every week. If you have any questions about those, just let me know. We can talk about it. We also talk about my podcast. If you go to Amazon, Alexa, TuneIn, all the audio streaming, and you ask them to listen to The Southern Belle of the ATL, my podcast pops up. We're on Apple Podcasts as well. All you have to do is say, Alexa, please play The Southern Belle of the ATL podcast. And guess what? It comes up. So Pandora, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, all of that. We are on YouTube as well. So without further ado, if you have been on my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, you may have seen a podcast that I had with one of the most phenomenal lenders that I have seen here lately. His name, he's on, with a team, so his teammate is not with us today, but Anthony Rogerson. They have such a wealth of information. And as your realtor and the person that's kind of, in the trenches with you, for me to hear just what they have the potential to do for our buyers, man, it was so refreshing. So I am going to pull Anthony on to they have so that we can talk about real estate. We can talk about mortgages. We can talk about loans. For me to hear just what they have the potential to do for our buyers, man, it was so refreshing. So I am going to pull Anthony on to
I'm on.
So that we can talk about real estate. We can talk about Anthony was watching us on Instagram.
Give me a second. The audio is a little behind on my side. I'm listening to you live. Okay.
Okay, you can turn that off.
Can you hear? You can hear me fine?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on, and I apologize for the technical difficulty. I'm about a second lag behind you listening via Instagram.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we apologize for that lag. So I'm gonna shut the Instagram off and just we'll do thumb signals. So first and foremost, I'm Anthony Rogerson. As Trish said, I'm 50% of the We the Brothers podcast, and Trish was so gracious to join us last week or 2 weeks ago on the podcast. So we thank you for coming on. It was an awesome experience for all of us. And I've been sitting here for the last 30 minutes listening to everything that you've been speaking about, and you didn't leave me much to talk about. You done talked about everything.
Now people want to hear about that money now.
Yeah. So what I will say and what I will reiterate, it's still a great time to purchase real estate, right? It's a great time to purchase real estate. So I reiterate that. hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of this delay. One of the things that we talked about, or you mentioned, and reading between the headlines and kind of getting into the trenches of things, and everything that's don't necessarily fall for the headlines, right? Because there was a study out, an article out by Fox Business News earlier this week saying that mortgages were down at a third. Demand for mortgages was at a 30% down 30%. Excuse me. Demand for mortgages were at their lowest level in 30 years. Okay, that's a number, but the story behind the number is people still want to purchase homes. Okay, but folks are somewhat downtrodden by the process, right? So here we are to help those people who are downtrodden by the process, right? Because the lack of applications are coming in aren't truly reflective of people who want to buy. There are people who want to buy, but they're kind of beat up by the process, right? So what we talked about when we conversed on the podcast was talking about having a good team or a great team to provide the service for you, right? So I want everyone listening, or whether you're listening live or whether you're going to listen at a later date, to understand that it is still an awesome time to purchase. Rates are what they are right now, right? There's no getting around that. And historically, rates are somewhere in line with what they have been if you broaden the scope a little bit, right? We can talk about rates, and we can talk about what we can do to kind of circumvent and get around where rates are. Primarily, we're getting a lot of borrowers who come in, and we're getting them into our buy down program, which I think you and I, Trish, we spoke a little bit about when we met. Yeah. And I see you nod, and I apologize, but I can't hear you on here, and over here is delayed. So again, I apologize. So we have some tools that to help ease the brunt of what mortgages are today, right? And these brunts, we can save people up to $400 to $500 a month on average, depending on the price of a home. But if you take a price of a home, which averages around $375 right here in Atlanta, we have some programs in place that can save you $300 to $400 a month on your mortgage. If you're a veteran, if you're a disabled veteran, 100% disability, you can even have some more savings, because not many people know this, but you're exempt from property taxes, right? And not every veteran knows that. So we can help you out there. Most importantly, is to have a conversation with Trish, have a conversation with myself, and find out what is out there for you. How can we help you? I don't think I have enough time to talk about all the programs that we do have to offer. But again, one of the things that I want to push home is there are the headlines, but it's important that you talk to the professionals so you get the story behind the headlines. Just like with anything else, headlines are meant to have a shock value, right? It's propaganda. And in shock value, sometimes that shock value is not always necessarily to inform you, but it's sometimes there to scare you. Just like if you watch the evening news, they'll tell you some things. You think Atlanta's the worst city in the world by the way things are presented. Okay, so digest the presentation, but talk to the professionals and get the real story behind the story. So Trish has this great platform because she's giving you the tea and the coffee, right? So that's always good. Again, I have so much that I can talk about. I kind of wanted to open it up for any questions, Trish, that you might have, that your listeners may have, and I can kind of speak to that a little bit.
Okay.
So
So
is there any questions? Tea and the coffee, right?
Yeah.
That's always good. Again, I have so much that I can talk about. I kind of wanted to open it up for any questions, Trish, that you might have, that your listeners may have. Give me a second. I'm a little bit delayed trying to hear it. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll hear in a second. So is there any questions?
Questions, Instagram, questions, Facebook. Drop them in the comments for me.
Okay, so I caught up.
Yep, you're caught up.
I caught up. There weren't any. I didn't see any. So we can't do the Q&A because of the lag, but that's fine. what we'll do is, Trish, you have my information. If there's anyone that wants to talk to us and they want to do a consultation, we can do that. Or if there's anything that you're seeing, you can type it into the comment box, and we can kind of talk there.
Gotcha.
Are we okay? Hold on. For people that I see you, Lorraine. Hold on. For people that don't know how the two, maybe an example can help. Yeah. So sure. Lorena Real Estate. With regard to how the 2-1 buy down works, I'm gonna keep it very, very simple. Let's just say today, average rate today is 7%. Okay, a 2-1 buy down. If you were to employ a 2-1 buy down, you would qualify the buyer at a 7% rate, but for the first, the 7% would go down 2 points. So that's 765. They would start at 5%. So for the first 12 months of their mortgage, their interest rate would be 5%. Okay, after a year, their interest rate would go up to 6%. And in the third year, it would go up to 7%. Okay, so they would start at 5%. For 12 months, to 13 to 24, they would go to 6, and then they would go to 7. In theory, they should never get to 7 because if all the data that is out there holds true, we believe rates are going to come down. If and when rates come down, it would happen before they would get back to 7%. So then we would refinance that person. Okay, so this is a great way to kind of trick the system. And again, not committing to that 7% today, explore the buy down option, take advantage of the buy down option, and have a 5% interest rate today. Now, the funny thing about that is, if we would have had this conversation 5 months ago and you told someone you're going to have a 5% interest rate, they would have went crazy because rates were at 3.5% then. Now you tell someone they're going to be at 5% and they'll kiss you like you're their firstborn. They're excited, right? So Lorena, that is how it works. We can talk more about it. I think I can also send my information in the chat, but essentially it's saving them some money for the first 24 months of the loan. And let's just say if rates do come down as they're expected to do, we would refinance them and have them save money overall. Hopefully that answered the question for you.
We're getting some hearts.
Say that again.
I said we're getting some hearts.
We're getting
some hearts on Instagram. They like that question.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I can't hear you through this direct. I don't. We'll fix that for the next time.
Yes.
Okay, Lorena. She said perfect. So, and in the spirit of maintaining the integrity, I think I may be messing up your feed, so I don't want to do that to your listeners. That would be unfair to them. I'll jump back on anytime you want to have me. Okay. Lorena, if you want to hit me on my Instagram is Everybody Say Keys, and Trish, you can provide the information. But I'd love to talk to anyone that has. Oh, and I see you put my phone number down there. I feel real important. You put my phone number down there. I feel special. But check comments. Yeah, I see the comments. I responded to that. Yeah, so that we'll leave it there for now for the sake of the feed. Is that fine with you?
Thumbs up.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Awesome.
Hold on. I see a private chat.
Okay.
What's that? Oh, okay, 1 second. I'm back. Let me come back to you.
Okay, he's gonna come back to us, y'all, so we can get some more of those questions answered. And that's awesome. I know I'm big, y'all, on education, because I think that's how you're able to actually have, an informed real estate conversation.
Am I back? Do you see me? So I'm sorry, guys. Trish asked me on the chat to speak about some various programs. A lot of people, a lot of her followers and faithfuls have been asking a lot about down payment assistance. Down payment assistance, everyone, is still in abundance, right? But to speak transparently, any down payment assistance that you can get out there would be a blessing, as always, because we want people to use the funds that are available to them. Most specifically, you have our first responders, teachers, firemen, all of those people, medical people. The money out there for you all is abundant. In full transparency, some of the challenges to these programs have income limits and they have purchase price limits. So what has occurred over time, we know what has happened with the market. So some of these houses have left the purchase price limits behind. So let's just say Georgia Dream, to speak specifically about that, they have a purchase price limit of $350,000. There are very few homes that people want to live in right now. That's just, and I'm not saying that you should or you should not want to live in them, but when you get below the $350,000 price point, a lot of people have recalibrated their brain as to what that house looks like in Atlanta, right? Because we know 2-3 years ago, you spent $300,000 in a house in Atlanta, you were getting the house of your dreams, right? Right now, it's not necessarily about the house of your dreams. It's about getting the house that can work for you today, right? And then you can add on to that later. But that being said, the down payment assistance programs, yes, they are there. Yes, I've helped an enormous amount of people to get into down payment assistance programs. One of the issues that we have is that prices have accelerated outside of the scope of the down payment assistance. But I don't want that to be discouraging because, again, I just got someone in Atlanta Housing is also a down payment assistance program that we utilize. Atlanta Housing provides up to $25,000 for first-time home buyers. You have to be within the city limits of Atlanta. So if you're a realtor, and we know Atlanta kind of has jagged edges, right? It's not clean cut. You might not know, well, I'm in Druid Hills or I'm in Buckhead. Am I in the city of Atlanta? How do you define city of Atlanta when it relates to Atlanta housing? I tell all my realtors and I tell all my people who are looking for homes, Google the school. If the school is an APS school, then that house falls in the perimeters of city of Atlanta. Okay, that is your first starting point. So Atlanta, city of Atlanta, Atlanta Housing, they provide up to $25,000. Georgia Dream, they provide up to $10,000. There's also a program that is more broadly based. It's called ANDP, which is all over the state of Georgia. I'm not for certain right now if ANDP still has funding, because typically towards the end of the year, they run out of funding, but that is fine. We can still research that. And if typically what happens when they do run out of funding, they replenish the funds typically at the top of the year. So there are programs out there. I would say, and again, I always try to speak in a transparent manner and a manner in which doesn't give false hope. It isn't as easy as it used to be, but it is doable. Okay, so if you have anybody or yourself that you're trying to get down payment assistance, contact Trish, contact myself, and we'll put you on the right path as to what programs are beneficial to you. We always approach it from, how can we get you some free money? It ain't free. We're paying for it with our taxes, but we still try to get all that we can.
Yep, we try to
get and there's an abundance of programs that we can assist you with. Okay. Anything else, Trish, for the moment?
I'm on Instagram. I don't see anything. I don't see any questions on Facebook or YouTube. But I just put into Instagram if anybody had any questions. Those are the ones that have been popping up here lately. With our buyers, the interest rates especially, they're watching them. And they are, I don't want to say this, some of them are discouraged, but, them knowing that they have options is everything. Facebook, do we have any questions for our lender today?
So yeah, I heard you. I was able to hear you talking about discouraged, right? Mm-hmm. What I will reiterate to the point of discouraged. I want everyone, we understand that it's challenging, right? But I will say this: don't be discouraged and don't listen to the outsiders. And what I mean by outsiders, those who are not the professionals in the industry. You'll have a lot of people who bought their house 3 years ago telling you, oh, you need to wait. This is not the time. I promise you this is the time. Something that Trish spoke about a little earlier in her show is the incentives that you can get right now. Okay, so many people are saying, hey, I'm going to wait till next year until prices come in and prices are lower. You may be 100% accurate. Prices may be lower next year. But what I will tell you now is incentives won't be lower next year. So sellers willing to give you closing costs won't be as in abundance next year as it is now, right? So the deals that you're able to strike and the deals that Trish is able to draw up for you are at their highest point today. Will you be able to save 25 grand on the purchase of the house or the purchase price of the house? You may be able to save 25 grand on the purchase price of the house. But something that we talked about previously is that 25 grand is spread out over 30 years in your mortgage payment. That 25 grand over 30 years, over 360 payments is incremental as opposed to Trish being able to negotiate 25 grand in your pocket today, okay, as via seller paid closing costs. So I'm not necessarily here to tell you what to do and what not to do, but I would tell you what not to do. I would tell you don't wait until next year, because now is the time for you to get the most bang for your buck as it relates to decreasing the amount of money you have coming out of your pocket. Okay. Hold on. I have a question in the chat. Let's stay with me 1 second. I'm coming.
We got questions. So he'll be right back, y'all. We got questions. Anybody have any questions on Instagram? I dropped it in the chat so that you guys can answer the question.
But I'm back. We want to. So something else that we had someone ask about: incentives with new construction. Incentives with new construction are in abundance, right? New construction. In many instances, you have a lot of new construction where they have standing inventory, and they need to move this inventory. So for all of you who haven't purchased new construction, which is a lot of people, very few people are blessed to get a very new home that's built from the ground up. I like to explain it to you this way. Most people have bought cars from a car lot, whether it was a used car lot or whether it's a new car lot. Right now, these builders, they have standing inventory just like the car dealers have cars on their dealership, and they need to move that inventory. Okay, so with them needing to move that inventory, what do they need to do? They need to make a deal. They need to bargain with us like they've never had to bargain before. And the reason why is because they're feeling a little pressure, as opposed to a year ago, they weren't feeling as much pressure. So when Trish takes you to a new subdivision and it's new construction, they may advertise, hey, we're giving $5,000 in seller paid closing costs. Trish is not afraid to ask for $10,000 in seller paid closing costs. The house may be listed at $300,000. Don't ask to buy a house at $295,000. That's not helping you. What's helping you is we'll pay $300,000, but we want that $5,000 in seller paid closing costs to go up to $10,000. That helps you tremendously. So again, to tie into what you can get right now in terms of incentives, is as it is with resale, it's just as valuable as it is with new construction. Hold on a second. So Lorena says, talk about renovation loans and how they work. Renovation loans and how they work. That's a long talk right there. But no, we'll touch on it. We'll touch on it briefly, and that's a great question. Renovation loan is essentially a loan that you get where you're purchasing a property and the property isn't up to code. So you need to invest the money from the loan to get the property up to code, right? They're typically FHA loans. There are some conventionals, and there are even some VA repair loans. I tend to stay away from these loans, Lorena, just in full transparency. And the reason why, there's a few reasons why. First reason why is right now, we're not in the time that we were 5 years ago where renovation loans were as robust as they were, because there were a lot of depressed properties 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and a little bit longer, coming out of the housing crisis where people were buying fixer-uppers. Right now, the average mom and pop are not buying fixer uppers as much. At least I don't see that. Okay. And then there's a lot of things that go into these renovation loans in terms of what you need and the team you need behind you to get these loans. To get these homes up to speed. So everyone knows a contractor, right? People know I got an uncle, I got a cousin. He's an electrician. She's an electrician. He or she does drywall. But now when you get into these loans, these contractors, as many people know, can be very flighty. A good contractor is hard to come by. Okay. And a good contractor is always in demand. Now, with these renovation loans, most of the time you have to have your contractor has to be vetted or they have to be underwritten, no different than a borrower has to be underwritten. So when it comes time to have the contractor underwritten, a lot of the contractors get flighty and they don't want to provide their information. So because they have business where they don't need to provide all the documentation an underwriter may be asking for, and they can go right up the street and start on this job with somebody that's paying them cash. So I would love Lorena to talk about the renovation loans in depth, but in the spirit of time, that's more of an offline conversation. Renovation loans, in short, they exist. They help you bring a property up to speed that isn't necessarily move-in ready here and now. Okay, so that's the short of the renovation loans, but there's a lot of intricacies that we would need to discuss. So anything? Hold, you good?
Awesome sauce. I was saying awesome sauce.
All right, got you. I'm here if you need me. Hold on, well explained. Lorena, you're welcome. Anytime you have some questions, I'm around. My number's there. My Instagram is Everybody Say Keys. Trish, I'm here if you need me, and we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem. Y'all thank you so much, Anthony. His information is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. His Instagram name, I'm gonna add it to his ticker really quickly so that you guys have it, so that you can follow him on IG. He is actually hilarious in real life, y'all. And for me, I like people and I like working with people who are like human, right? Who is Everybody Say Keys. And so I'm saving it now and I'll place it back on the screen. But yeah, I like working with people who are like human, right? So, you know, you always kind of know that you have a funny bone or something that, you know, kind of draws you to them. And so the other thing that I love about We Them Brothers podcast, Anthony Rogerson and Jimmy Hicks, is that they keep it real, they are transparent, and they are for the people. So, you know, they work with a multitude of people. And I just shared his Instagram is at everybody.say.keys. But I like working with people who are not only transparent, but they are for the people. Shouts out to Grady Baby Co. This is my APS shirt because, like he was saying earlier, how you know you live in the city of Atlanta is if you have to look at the schools. And I attended the Benjamin Elijah Mays High School at 3450 Benjamin E. Mays Drive in the SWAT. And so with that being said, I'm real, I'm human, I'm relatable, and I'm from Atlanta. And so I like working with people who just have that demeanor and they want to help the people, you guys. And so that's one of the things that really drew me to We Them Brothers podcast. We are grateful to have them as lending partners because your team, y'all, it matters. Who you have, from your realtor to your lender to even your closing attorney, y'all, they matter. So we would love the opportunity to serve you in this real estate business. The market has changed. I know your family and your friends mean well when they, you know, tell you about their experiences. However, they experience a different market, and the market of today requires a great deal of skill. And so you want to make sure that you have not only a skilled realtor, that you also have a skilled lender who can take your financial situation, your financial report card, and make happen the things that you need to happen, okay? And so thank you again so much, Anthony, for coming on. We will definitely have him back, even if it's just for a Q&A. We'll figure out sound, but y'all know in the world of Zoom, Teams, and technology how stuff goes. So, you know, we keep rolling. You remember how Beyonce fell and she rolled over and got back up? That's exactly what we do. And technology, you know, we do our virtual podcast so that we can reach everybody, and so that people have an opportunity to go back and watch and listen. And so my information is on the bottom of the screen, 404-819-4495, 404-819-4495. My email address is info@TrishSellsATL.com, info@TrishSellsATL.com. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow me. My personal page is @TrishSellsATL, TrishSellsATL. And you can follow my team @TrishSellsATL REG. So that's @TrishSellsATL and then REG for my team for real estate group. Y'all make sure you follow us on Twitter. We are on Facebook. If you type in Trish Sells Atlanta, we'll come up. On Twitter, our handle is @TrishSellsATL. On TikTok, yes, y'all, I love me some TikTok. But on TikTok, I am @TrishSellsATL. So please do not hesitate to contact us. I'm going to put Anthony's information up here one last time so that you have it. Anthony Rogerson with Homestar, his telephone number. Look, I hope I ain't giving all the saints your number, Anthony. Sorry. 404-423-1649. And follow him on IG, you guys. Give him a warm welcome from the Trish Sells ATL community. And that's @everybody.say.keys. And that's EVERYBODY.say SAY.keys, KEYS, y'all. And so make sure you give him a warm welcome. Go and follow him. Thanks so much, Lorena. Lorena is my Trish Sells ATL apprentice. I am a real estate mentor. It's been a joy to have her. Thank you so much for asking, the questions, because Lorena has an opportunity to shadow us. And so she sees everybody from sellers to renters to buyers, closing attorneys in different rooms with lenders. She is a licensed real estate agent as well. And so, bringing that wealth of information, because sometimes people be scared to raise their hand, but I'm glad she was not afraid to raise her hand and ask questions so that you guys have more information. And so again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Instagram, I'll have this video uploaded for you shortly. Podcasters, shouts out to you. Thank you so much for downloading and listening to me. I appreciate you, and I'll have your new episode uploaded shortly. So if you need us, give us a yell. Other than that, have a wonderful day, y'all. Peace.
Whether you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home,
Trish Sells ATL can help.
with the current Atlanta real estate market, buyer and seller opportunities are better than ever.
Thank y'all so much, but I'll take it from here. Sellers, this is your market. It's time for you to get off of that fence and put your home on the market and get it sold to my buyers who are waiting for you to list your home. I'd love to earn your business, so please give Trish a call at Keller Williams Realty Buckhead, 404-604-3800.
Or text or call 404-819-4495.
Please also visit my website at TrishSellsATL.com. Let's talk about how I can assist you with achieving your real estate goals and making your dreams a reality.
List your house with our mommy at TrishSellsATL.com.